Friday night gang. Great to see some familiar names popping up. Who is playing for the first time tonight? Because I can tell you now, you're in very good hands and very supportive, this lot. I'm Sian Welby. I'm going to be your quiz master for the night. Now, if you're in a noisy bar, turn me up. If you've had a few drinks already, just lay off the shots for the next 10 minutes. We need full brain power. All you have to do is answer all 12 multiple choice questions correctly and you could win or split £1,000, which would just be an incredible start to the weekend. I'm rooting for you. Come on then, let's go. On to Q1. On a birthday cake, what traditionally indicates the recipient's age? Barbed wire, eggshells, candles. I don't know about you, but I get in a hot sweat just imagining this moment when everyone's singing to you, they're out of tune, happy birthday. I'm not going to lie as well, I am totally judging you on your answer because unless you're Johnny Knoxville, you shouldn't be putting barbed wire on a birthday cake. Come on. The answer was, of course, candles. Way, 91,000 of you got it right, and almost 1,000 of you are very mean people. Now, apparently, if you blow all the candles out in one go, it is supposed to grant your wish. I've always thought it's quite unfair on asthmatics. On to Q2. Which of these words means talkative? Silent, loquacious, shy? I mean, I love a good old anatomy, you know me, chat, chatting away all the way through while you're trying to concentrate. I have literally carved a career out of being a chatterbox. This word, bit of history for you, derives from the Latin loci, which means to speak. The answer is loquacious. Did you get it? Yes, 90,000 of you did. A few of you a bit confused, use those extra lives. So believe it or not, some people actually still play HQ without the sound on. So if you are listening and you want to prove it, send me a unicorn emoji now. Also, a quick reminder, our big game's coming up on Sunday at 9 o'clock. 8 grand up for grabs, an insane amount of money. Don't miss it. Let's do some shout-outs, shall we? Hello to Webby, who says he's going to treat me to a meal if he wins. Thank you very much. Hello to Leon. It's the first time he's ever got a shout-out. Hello to the Wiseman family, to Rich, Joey and Cal, making us all jealous. They're on sun lounges in Ibiza. John Rodder is playing at the pub. Good luck, Johnny boy. And Robbie Wilson is trying his best to get past question 2. Let's make that happen. On to Q3. Which element is named after the Norse god of thunder? Vanadium, Einsteinium, thorium. Now, I am a big fan of a thunderstorm me, but do you know the answer to this? Well, if you want something fixing, this guy is your man. He's always carrying a hammer. Not the quietest of workmen, though. He's the Avengers DIY expert. The answer was, of course, thorium. Clue was in the name. Did you get it? 84,000 of you did. Very well played. Vanadium was actually named after the Scandinavian goddess of beauty, and Einsteinium was named after that crazy bloke with the white hair. You won't have heard of him. On to Q4. Which fictional family always pays their debts? The Malfoys, the Bluths, the Lannisters. Have a little think. Any of these names ringing a bell at all? Well, I can tell you now, the Malfoys, they're in trouble with the bank. They spent thousands on hair bleach, but who is in the bank's good books? Well, it's the king and queens of insider trading. The answer was the Lannisters. Could have been tricky. It's one of those, if you know it, you know it. We did lose quite a few, quite a brutal question. They're losing over 20,000 of you, but 58,000 still in the game. They've made a lot of money, this family, on and off screen. But I think when Game of Thrones is finally over, I don't think they'll have a career in wedding planning. On to Q5. Admiral Robert Fitzroy was instrumental in the development of which of these advancements? Time zones, solar panels, weather forecasting. Yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one, this. The Admiral, hope he had his big hat on. I tell you what, we just take them all for granted now, but which one do you think Fitzroy thought up back in the 1800s? Well, he was burying his head in the clouds because the answer was weather forecasting. Hey, 27,000 of you got it right. Actually, very, very brutal there. We're losing almost 30,000 of you actually on that one. So that was pretty brutal, almost savage. So, I mean, he turned weather prediction from superstitious mumbo-jumbo into scientific mumbo-jumbo. I can say that. I used to do the weather. On to Q6. Which of these dance songs was a UK #1 for Olive? Dreamer, You're Not Alone, Toka's Miracle. I would love to hear one of these right now. Totally get us into the Friday night mood. Get us pumping, ready for the weekend. These are honestly like 3 of my favourite dance floor belters. I play all of these on my radio show. But which one turned out to be a chart topper for Olive? You're Not Alone was the answer. Did you get it right? You know your dance tune? 16,000 of you did. The song actually peaked at number 42 back in 1996. But then a sneaky re-release the following year got us straight to the top. Very well played. On to Q7, and congrats if you're still here. Can see over 1,000 of you using those extra lives. That's how you do it. Which sport did US Olympian Tonya Harding take up professionally after being banned for life from figure skating? Boxing, snowboarding, ice hockey. Have a little think. Do you know your sporting history? Have you seen the movie, I, Tonya? That covered her skating career. But what did she turn to after the scandal? Well, dishing out the beatings herself this time, she actually took up boxing. Oh, there we go. That's the one. That's our savage question. Losing over 8,000 of you there on snowboarding and ice hockey. The answer was boxing. I have to say, it wasn't the most obvious answer. You did have to know it. She actually reached the final of this year's Dancing with the Stars, and I'm actually quite impressed because she didn't even kneecap anyone to get there. On to Q8. Who did director David Lynch call the jazz musician of American acting? Kyle MacLachlan, Nicolas Cage, Christopher Walken. 3 absolute iconic movie heroes. But who is it? Well, he abuses rhythm like a jazz drummer, but Walken isn't getting the lynching here. You see what I mean? The undisputed madman of the movies. The answer was Nick Cage. Sneaky little Nick Cage. He did fool a lot of you there. That was quite a brutal question. Losing quite a lot of you there. 2,272 getting it right. 644 of you using those extra lives. Who would have thought Nick Cage, eh? His crazy characters, it annoys all the critics. But I tell you what, he's the gift that keeps on giving when it comes to the memes. If you've got a favourite, spam us on Twitter with them. Tweet at HQ Trivia with your favourite Nick Cage meme. On to Q9. Which of these animated series has not featured a character voiced by Tom Kenny? Samurai Jack, The Simpsons, Family Guy. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Always good to watch your cartoons. It can really help you on HQ. Well, he's lived in a pineapple under the sea as the voice of SpongeBob SquarePants, but he hasn't managed to utter a single word in any of the 29 seasons of The Simpsons. But you knew that already. 1,541 of you did anyway. Very well done there. Despite actually never stepping foot in Springfield, he's an Emmy award-winning artist and he's voiced over 1,400 characters. So I'm sure we'll hear him popping up somewhere. On to Q10. Getting close now, guys. Well done. Which Marvel character caused the Great Fire of London in a comic book sequence? Cyclops, Dormammu, Human Torch. Now, all 3 of these chaps are an absolute logistical nightmare, causing chaos, but who was tearing up London town? Well, you might have the name for it, but the Human Torch was innocent here. The interdimensional arsonist himself, the answer is Dormammu. Couldn't resist saying it like that. 511 of you got that right, but it was a savage question because we've lost over 1,000 of you there. Whew! Tricky tonight. 457 of you using those extra lives. That's how you do it. Come on, because you're so close now. If you don't know who we're on about, do you remember that big corduroy monster at the end of Doctor Strange? That is who Dormammu is. Okay, on to Q11. Which of these was created as a result of an argument about a bird? Guinness Book of Records, Whitaker's Almanac, Encyclopedia Britannica. I don't think this was actually an argument about a girl. It was an actual bird. And these books, they're big books. They're 3 books that will make your brain hurt. But which one hatched from a fight about feathers? Well, it's created by the comically named Hugh Beaver. Yes, I know. The answer is the Guinness Book of Records. 758 of you. I'm impressed by that. Very, very good. Okay, well, I don't want to get too excited, but I think we should do our Chris Akabusi impressions because we are breaking into the final round. All right, pump it up. Oh, yes, come on. This is a big moment. This is how you do Friday in style. On to Q12. I'm keeping my fingers crossed for you. Let's see you through to the end. Which of these 80s tracks won an Oscar for Best Original Song? Eye of the Tiger, Ghostbusters, Best That You Can Do. Oh, these are epic songs. I have them on my workout playlist. They get me all pumped, ready to go. These were all in the running for the award, but who got that glorious golden gong? Composed by Christopher Cross, it was his second and last US #1 single. Busting the Busters and putting Rocky on the ropes. The answer was The Best That You Can Do for the win. 303 of you. Boom. Very, very well done, Blue Dude, Pre-Otter, blank name. Come on, you can think of a better username than that, surely. Lawai, well done to Benny Boy, Devinder, well done to King of Peru, Laura, J. Fino, Spooge, loving that name, Bally, Belinda May, Banter Tiger, loving your work, Robo Attack, Alistair, very, very good. 303 winners. I'm impressed. It was tricky at times, this one. Very good. But that is how it is done. Very, very well done. That is how you be a ruddy genius on a Friday. Bonus points if you stopped a whole night out on the town for 10 minutes just to play along. That is dedication. I'm very impressed with that. You are now in the Elite Q12 crew. Brag about it. Tweet me. Let me know how far you got today. You can find me on Instagram, on Twitter, on all of them. Same username, @Sian Welby. And if you're feeling clever and fancy a challenge tomorrow night, join us for some more HQ action at 9 o'clock on Saturday evening with the brilliant Shazza. Well, whatever your plans are for the rest of the night, have a good one and happy Friday. Woo!